Should you be eating grasshoppers? That is the crazy topic of discussion we have for today, so let's dive right in. In recent years, there's been a notable surge in interest surrounding the utilization of insects as a sustainable source of fuel and nutrition, particularly within the domain of sports nutrition catering to endurance athletes. This burgeoning fascination is not merely a passing trend, but rather reflects a profound shift towards embracing alternative protein sources that offer both nutritional richness and environmental sustainability. While the concept of consuming insects may initially evoke curiosity or even skepticism, a deeper exploration reveals a wealth of benefit that extend far beyond their diminutive size. For endurance athletes who prioritize performance, health, and sustainability in their dietary choices, the transition towards embracing insects as a viable nutrition source is inherently aligned with their overarching goals. At the heart of this growing interest lies the remarkable nutritional profile of insects, which rivals and in some cases surpasses that of traditional protein sources like beef or poultry. Insects are packed with high-quality protein, boasting an impressive array of essential amino acids crucial for muscle repair, growth, and overall physiological function. Notably, insects such as crickets, mealworms, and grasshoppers have emerged as nutritional powerhouses, offering protein content that often exceeds that of conventional meats. Take crickets, for instance, which contain approximately 65% protein by dry weight, surpassing the protein density found in chicken breast, which is only 31%, which is less than half of the cricket's protein density. This high protein content makes insects an attractive option for athletes seeking to optimize their protein intake for muscle recovery and growth, particularly in endurance sports where maintaining lean muscle mass is paramount for performance. Insect consumption stands out as a potential ally in the realm of muscle recovery and inflammation management following endurance training sessions. The high-quality protein abundantly present in insects serves as a cornerstone for facilitating the repair and reconstruction of muscle tissues subjected to the rigors of strenuous exercise. Unlike some plant-based protein sources that may lack certain essential amino acids crucial for muscle repair, insects offer a complete amino acid profile, ensuring optimal support for muscle recovery processes. This comprehensive amino acid composition aids in replenishing the depleted muscle protein stores, promoting efficient muscle repair and growth. Furthermore, the digestibility of insect protein stands on par with that of traditional meats, rendering it a viable and efficacious protein source for athletes seeking efficient nutrient absorption and utilization. Research indicates that the digestibility of insect protein closely aligns with that of conventional meat sources, ensuring that athletes can readily access and assimilate the essential amino acids necessary for muscle repair, recovery, and adaptation following the rigorous physical exertion. This comparable digestibility underscores the suitability of insect-based nutrition as a pragmatic protein option for athletes, offering a nutrient-dense alternative that supports their dietary requirements without compromising digestive comfort or efficiency. As athletes increasingly recognize the pivotal role of gut health and nutrient digestibility in optimizing their performance outcomes, the integration of insect-derived prebiotic fiber and digestible protein into their dietary regimens holds promise for enhancing overall athletic resilience and well-being. So, like I said, it's not just about protein. Insects are also abundant sources of essential micronutrients that play vital roles in supporting various physiological functions essential for athletes. Iron, zinc, and B vitamins are among the micronutrients found in abundance in insect-based nutrition, contributing to processes such as oxygen transport, immune function, and energy metabolism. These micronutrients are indispensable for athletes undergoing rigorous training regimes where optimum nutrition intake is crucial for maximizing performance outcomes and supporting overall well-being. And on top of all that, insects harbor bioactive compounds like chitin, a polysaccharide found in their exoskeleton, alongside various antioxidants, which collectively possess promising anti-inflammatory properties. These compounds hold the potential to attenuate the inflammatory response triggered by intense physical exertion, thereby mitigating muscle soreness and expediting the recovery timeline for athletes. By modulating inflammatory pathways, insect-derived bioactives may contribute to a more expedited recovery process, allowing athletes to bounce back swiftly from exhaustive training sessions and maintain peak performance levels throughout their competitive seasons. There's no denying that the anti-inflammatory properties attributed to insect-derived compounds align with the overarching goal of optimizing athletes' recovery strategies. By incorporating insect-based nutrition into their post-training refueling routines, athletes can potentially harness the synergistic effects of high-quality protein and anti-inflammatory bioactives, fostering a conducive environment for enhanced muscle recovery and reduced inflammation. This holistic approach to recovery nutrition underscores the multifaceted benefits of insect consumption beyond mere macronutrient provision, positioning it as a viable adjunctive strategy for athletes seeking to optimize their training adaptations and overall performance outcomes. Honestly, these little buggers are incredible. And that brings us to one of my favorite topics, the gut microbiome. I've been obsessed with the gut microbiome ever since reading I Contain Multitudes by Ed Yong. I highly recommend it. Truly one of the few books that have changed my lifestyle. So, on the topic of the gut microbiome, the influence of insect consumption on gut health and digestibility emerges as a compelling area of exploration, particularly pertinent to athletes seeking to optimize their performance through dietary strategies. Insects represent a noteworthy source of prebiotic fiber, a type of dietary fiber that serves as nourishment for beneficial gut bacteria, fostering a flourishing gut microbiome. This symbiotic relationship between prebiotic fiber from insects and the gut microbiome holds profound implications for athletes, as a diverse and balanced gut microbiota is associated with enhanced immune function, reduced risk of gastrointestinal distress during strenuous exercise, and overall improved health outcomes. By incorporating insects rich in prebiotic fiber into their diets, athletes can potentially cultivate a gut environment conducive to optimal performance and robust immune defenses, thereby fortifying their resilience against the physiological stresses of intense training regimens and competitive endeavors. An additional benefit that easily gets overlooked by athletes is the sustainability factor. The environmental advantage of insect-based nutrition extends far beyond their nutritional value, resonating strongly with athletes who are increasingly attuned to their ecological footprint. Insect farming represents a paradigm shift in sustainable protein production, demanding significantly fewer resources such as water, land, and feed compared to conventional livestock agriculture. This resource efficiency is exemplified by the stark contrast in water usage between insect farming and traditional livestock production. While producing 1 kilogram of beef consumes a staggering 22,000 liters of water, cultivating the same quantity of cricket protein requires merely 1 liter. This drastic reduction in water usage underscores the profound environmental benefits of insect-based nutrition, reflecting a tangible step towards mitigating the strain on finite resources and alleviating the ecological burden associated with conventional agriculture. The environmental advantages of insect-based nutrition extend beyond water conservation to encompass land and feed efficiency as well. Insect farming requires minimal land footprint, with insects often raised in vertical farming systems or compact urban facilities, thereby minimizing habitat destruction and land use conversion associated with expensive livestock pastures. Additionally, insects are highly efficient converters of feed into protein, requiring significantly less feed input per unit of protein produced compared to conventional livestock. This efficiency translates into a reduced demand for agricultural land dedicated to feed cultivation, further mitigating deforestation and habitat degradation driven by livestock feed production. As athletes increasingly prioritize sustainable dietary choices, the environmental benefits of insect-based nutrition serves as a compelling incentive to embrace this innovative protein source, fostering a more ecologically conscious approach to fueling athletic performance. By incorporating insect-based nutrition into their diets, athletes not only stand to benefit from its nutritional richness, but also contribute to reducing the environmental strain associated with conventional livestock agriculture. Sustainable insect farming practices stand as linchpins in realizing the benefits of insect-based nutrition while mitigating potential adverse environmental impacts. Although insect farming inherently boasts a lower ecological footprint compared to traditional livestock agriculture, responsible management practices are imperative to uphold its sustainability credentials. Ethical breeding protocols, coupled with the utilization of organic waste or byproducts as insect feed, play pivotal roles in minimizing resource consumption and optimizing the efficiency of insect farming operations. Also, meticulous attention to farming practices is essential to prevent unintended ecological consequences such as habitat degradation or biodiversity loss, thereby safeguarding the delicate balance of local ecosystems. By prioritizing sustainable insect farming practices, stakeholders in the sports nutrition community can uphold their commitment to environmental stewardship while reaping the nutritional benefits of insect-based sources. From stringent farming standards aimed at ensuring the humane treatment of insects to meticulous labeling regulations dictating the accurate representation of product ingredients and nutritional content, legal frameworks play a vital role in shaping the landscape of insect-based nutrition. By adhering to these regulations, manufacturers can instill confidence in consumers regarding the safety, authenticity, and sustainability of their products, fostering transparency and accountability within the burgeoning insect-based nutrition industries. Athletes, like you and I, can make informed choices about the products we incorporate into our diets, confident in our compliance with regulatory standards and aligned with our personal preferences for ethical and environmentally responsible consumption. As the regulatory landscape continues to evolve in response to emerging trends and scientific advancements, ongoing collaboration between stakeholders and regulatory authorities remains essential in fostering a regulatory environment that promotes innovation while safeguarding public health and consumer interest. For athletes seeking to align their dietary choices with sustainability principles, understanding the intricacies of sustainable insect farming practices is paramount in making informed decisions about the sources of their nutrition. By discerning between responsibly cultivated insect-derived products and those originating from unsustainable farming practices, athletes can actively contribute to the promotion of ethical and environmentally sound food systems. Advocating for transparency and accountability within the insect farming industry empowers athletes to support initiatives that prioritize ecological integrity and uphold ethical standards, thereby fostering a more conscientious approach to sourcing their nutritional needs. As athletes navigate the complex landscape of sustainable food choices, awareness of the symbiotic relationship between responsible farming practices and environmental conservation serves as a guiding principle in promoting holistic well-being and ecological resilience. We can be good athletes and good people at the same time. What a novel idea. Despite the undeniable nutritional and environmental advantages of incorporating insects into diets, cultural and physiological barriers present formidable challenges to widespread acceptance. particularly in Western societies. A pervasive yuck factor pervades the acceptance. It pervades our perception of consuming insects, stemming from deep-seated cultural norms and aversions. Overcoming this barrier demands concerted educational campaigns aimed at dispelling misconceptions and emphasizing the myriad benefits of insect-based nutrition. Normalizing the consumption of insects within mainstream diets necessitates a multifaceted approach, encompassing culinary innovation, cultural sensitivity, and targeted messaging to shift societal attitudes towards greater receptivity to entomophagy. There's a $5 word for you. It means the practice of eating insects. See, it's so popular it has its own word. Entomophagy. So, the inherent nutritional density and eco-friendly attributes of insects resonates with athletes seeking optimal fueling strategies to enhance their athletic performance while minimizing environmental impact. However, affecting meaningful change in perception and eating habits entails a concerted effort to challenge ingrained cultural biases and foster a more inclusive culinary landscape. By reframing the narrative surrounding insect consumption and highlighting its tangible benefits for athletes, educational initiatives can pave the way for a paradigm shift towards greater acceptance and integration of insect-based nutrition within the broader athletic community. Integrating insect-based products into athletes' diets presents a spectrum of practical challenges and opportunities, catalyzing innovation in sports nutrition. A range of insect-derived products, including cricket flour, energy bars, and protein powders, has already emerged to address the palatability and convenience factors associated with insect consumption. These products encapsulate the nutritional benefits of insects while circumventing the psychological barriers often associated with consuming whole insects, thereby facilitating their seamless integration into athletes' nutritional plans. For instance, cricket flour, derived from finely milled crickets, offers a versatile ingredient that can be incorporated into various culinary creations, from baking recipes to smoothie blends, serving as an inconspicuous yet potent source of high-quality protein and essential nutrients. Athletes can leverage the flexibility and adaptability of insect-based products to diversify their dietary repertoire and optimize their nutritional intake. By incorporating cricket flour, energy bars, or protein powders into their daily routines, athletes can access a concentrated source of protein, vitamins, and minerals essential for supporting their rigorous training demands and enhancing overall performance outcomes. Moreover, the convenience factor inherent in these products aligns with athletes' busy lifestyles, providing an on-the-go nutrition solution that prioritizes convenience without compromising on nutritional quality. As athletes experiment with incorporating insect-based products into their diets, they have the opportunity to explore a breadth of culinary possibilities, tailoring their nutritional plans to align with their individual taste, preferences, and performance objectives. Furthermore, the gradual introduction and integration of insect-based products into athletes' diets fosters a process of culinary exploration and experimentation, empowering athletes to embrace novel dietary options while reaping the benefits of sustainable and nutrient-dense nutrition sources. By embracing insect-derived products as viable components of their nutrition strategies, athletes can contribute to the broader discourse on sustainable food systems and pave the way for a more inclusive and ecologically conscious approach to sports nutrition. As the sports nutrition landscape continues to evolve, the integration of insect-based products represents a pivotal step towards fostering dietary diversity, sustainability, and performance optimization among athletes worldwide. So, where do we go from here? The future trajectory of insect-based nutrition, particularly within the domain of endurance athletics, is poised for substantial innovation and expansion. Ongoing research endeavors are dedicated to refining the nutritional profiles of insects, exploring novel processing techniques and diversifying the array of insect-based products available to consumers. By leveraging advances in food science and technology, researchers aim to optimize the composition and functionality of insect-derived ingredients, thereby enhancing their suitability for meeting the unique dietary requirements of endurance athletes. Additionally, concerted efforts are underway to improve the palatability and sensory attributes of insect-based products, addressing key barriers to consumer acceptance and fostering greater culinary versatility in their incorporation into athletes' nutrition plans. In conclusion, insects offer a promising alternative source of fuel and nutrition for endurance athletes, with their high nutritional value and minimal environmental footprint. By embracing insect-based nutrition, athletes can optimize their performance while contributing to sustainability efforts in the food system. With ongoing research and innovation, the future of insect-based nutrition looks bright, promising further advancements and integration into sports nutrition regimens worldwide. Let's wrap up this topic exactly where we started, with the question, should you be eating grasshoppers? That's for you to decide, and hopefully, at a minimum, this information has opened your eyes that this is even a possibility. Let me know in the comments section. And speaking of comments, let's read a few of the top comments from the past few weeks. As a reminder, you can submit questions via the comments section on YouTube, Instagram, or Spotify. And if it's a good question that benefits all of us, I'll read it right here. The first comment comes from the Power Zones video from the Mighty 190 and reads, "For newer, less experienced riders, they may see big power improvements just through becoming more efficient as they learn proper techniques and improve their pedal stroke. How often do you recommend power or zone testing so they can keep updated zones?" That's question one. And question two is, do you as a coach look for specific markers that may trigger you to ask an athlete to go ahead and do another FTP test? So for most cyclists, they typically benefit from performing an FTP test at the start of each training phase or every 6 to 8 weeks if they aren't following a periodized plan. This ensures their workouts remain appropriately challenging and aligned with their capabilities, and we see the adaptations that we're looking for. The frequency may vary based on individual factors, of course, such as experience level, training intensity, training history, and overall progress. For the second question, yeah, I am always trying to pay attention to athletes' subjective and objective correlation in their workouts. For example, are they rating a 90-minute zone 2 ride as a 7 RPE? Then their FTP is likely too high. Are they rating a VO2 max workout as an RPE of 4? FTP is likely too low. We can also look at heart rate decoupling, which should be minimal at zone 2 and below and more pronounced at zone 3 and above. If this doesn't hold true, then it's probably a good time to retest. Our second question today comes from the Glycolysis Explained video from Tina Marie, who asks, "I have always wondered if the ambient temperature, especially in more extreme conditions, has an effect on the glycolytic process." The short answer is yes. The longer answer is that in warmer conditions, the body works harder to dissipate heat, leading to increased sweating and potential dehydration, which can affect blood volume and oxygen delivery to muscles. As a result, the reliance on glycolysis may escalate as the aerobic energy production processes can be compromised. Higher temperatures may also elevate the rate of glycogen depletion as the body expends more energy to cool itself. Conversely, in colder temperature, the body may prioritize glycolysis to generate additional heat. Overall, extreme temperatures can alter the balance between aerobic and anaerobic energy systems, influencing glycolysis and subsequently impacting an athlete's endurance and performance. And our third question, submitted from all of you, comes from the lactic acid video from Euphemia Diamore 592, who asks, so creams like Lactigo, what are your thoughts on the use? And when we use them, what should the athlete truly expect? Well, Euphemia, scientific evidence supporting the efficacy of topical creams like Lactigo is pretty dang limited, and I personally believe that any individual positive responses are likely influenced by the placebo effect. If the outcome is what you're looking for, though, then does it actually matter if it's a placebo or not? I think that answers your second question too, but just to be clear, there isn't much to suggest that the creams are truly doing anything to enhance your physical performance. Our fourth and final question submitted from all of you comes from the Calories Explained video from B-Dubs AVL, who asks, should I be adding fats to my nutrition for low-intensity Zone 2 kind of days? B-Dubs, I'd argue that you're looking at your nutrition on too small of a time scale. You might not need much fat to get through a 60-minute Zone 2 ride today, but what ride do you have tomorrow? How many calories will you need 2 days from now? Have you fully replenished your glycogen stores from yesterday's workout? Rather than think, what do I need to get through today's workout? I urge you to think on the scale of an entire week or longer. Fuel appropriately every day to ensure the upcoming training is productive. All right, everybody. That about wraps it up for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Please subscribe, like, and rate the podcast. Leave a comment if you have a question you'd like answered, and I may even feature it here. Enjoy the rest of your day and keep an eye out for some free superfood nutrition hopping around near your feet.